Guys, so today I'm meeting up with my friend Chantel and we're going off to KFC. So on my old channel I did a taste test of KFC in Rwanda compared to the UK. That channel is now defunct, so I'll give you the highlights now. But I've never actually been to the KFC building. I think it's somewhere in Kinombe, maybe somewhere up near around the airport. So she's going to pick me up and we're going to go and have a look at it, and I shall let you know if it looks the same as a KFC in the UK. KFC on it?
Yes, that's the
one. So KFC opened as the first international fast food outlet in Rwanda in 2020. But it's kind of hard to get to, as you have to loop around this one-way system with a scary junction in the middle. They're also not on Vuba Vuba, which is Kigali's main takeaway home delivery app. You have to download a specific app or do it through their website. And when you get there, there is a drive-through, but there isn't really any parking. But on the plus side, the view is spectacular. First impressions? Really impressed. It looks like a KFC to me. And I can't get over the view. That's definitely one of the best things about living in the land of 1,000 hills. There are beautiful views in every direction. Oh, I see what you mean about the view. This has got to be the best view in a KFC ever. Challenge anybody to disagree.
I'm not sure how much competition there is.
Alright. Slightly different packaging.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
This is probably the last that they have left.
Yeah.
Guess, but...
Yeah. You can smell it though, it smells like KFC. Mm-hmm. Definitely crispier than when you get it delivered. So that's one of the problems that I found when I had it delivered, was that everything was just a bit soggy, but it was definitely a lot crisper when I had it fresh on site. So after mains, we went back down for dessert and we tried to order ice cream sundaes. And of course, in the grand tradition of fast food chains across the globe, the ice cream machine was not working. Definitely an authentic fast food experience. So we decided to opt for Oreo crushers. So I really enjoyed my trip to KFC. It was exactly what I was imagining. And you know, in Rwanda we don't have that American fast food culture, so you don't find it everywhere. There isn't a McDonald's or a Subway or anything like that. So it really does feel like a bit of a treat when you go. But the last thing that I just wanted to take a look at was the difference in what's available internationally at KFCs. Now, one thing I noticed is if you try to access the British or the American KFC websites, you can't do that unless you've got a VPN. Now, luckily I do, but I don't understand why you wouldn't be allowed to view the menus in other countries unless you're in those countries. What are they trying to hide? So the first thing that I notice is if you go to the Rwandan KFC and sharing options, you only get 3 sharing options. But what's really, really weird is you've got the Colonel Bucket Feast, the Family Feast, and Streetwise, but it doesn't tell you anything about what's in that meal package. So even like if you click on them, nothing comes up saying how many pieces of chicken or how many fries or what size drink you get. By contrast, if you're on the American site, it does say just below each image what's in there. So for example, the free beverage bucket comes with 12 pieces of chicken and a free beverage. Although it's clear that in the picture there's a lot of other stuff like mashed potato, it looks like there's a salad in there. So there's clearly more in there than what's listed below, and when you click on information, it doesn't actually tell you anything more about what's in that bucket either, but it does tell you the calorie count. I think by far the best KFC website is the British one. Underneath for sharing, you clearly see the pictures, and then they go into a great deal of detail about exactly what's in each bucket. So 14-piece party bucket. It's got 14 pieces of chicken, comes with 8 pieces of mini fillet, 8 hot wings, 1 large popcorn chicken, 2 large sides and 6 regular fries, plus a large bottle of drink for sharing. So in the UK, they don't give you the calories, but they do give you much more information about what it is you're actually buying. Now, obviously, there's going to be differences in what's available around the world, but nowhere is this more apparent than if you check underneath the side items. So in Rwanda, the only side option that you can get with your chicken are fries, ranging from around $2.50 up to around $3.80. In the US, you find a huge amount of sides, so you can get fries, mashed potato and gravy, mac and cheese, biscuits, which are kind of like, I think, a savoury scone, coleslaw, gravy, corn, mashed potatoes without gravy. And when you're at the restaurant, you could get KFC ketchup, but in the American one, you can get KFC sauce, honey barbecue, honey mustard, classic ranch, honey sauce, hot sauce, ketchup. And I kind of wonder why there are so many more sauces in America, because it's not like sauce goes off. They sort of come in little sealed packages, so I don't really understand why we don't have more sauces in Rwanda. Going over to the UK site, again, it looks totally different. So on the UK side for extras, we've got fries, KFC gravy, baked beans, coleslaw, corn on the cob, creamy mash, garden salad, southern rice, large popcorn chicken, hot wings. Gosh, we've got quite a lot down there under sides. So I really like the UK website for KFC. I like the big pictures. It looks a lot more appetizing. And one thing that I've noticed with the UK one is if you scroll right down to the bottom, they also offer vegan options and they offer sort of rice boxes and salads. Now, these aren't entirely healthy because I know that the dressing that fast food restaurants put on salad contains a lot of calories, but at least there's some sort of effort there if you want to add some greenery to what you're eating. Whereas when you look at the American site, there doesn't seem to be anything there for vegans or salads or anything like that. It all seems to be pretty much what you'd expect from a fried chicken shop, although they do also include pot pies. So it's really interesting to look around the world and see what different chain restaurants offer in each country. So it would be nice to see a few more sauces available in Rwanda. But on the whole, you're going to KFC to eat chicken, and they definitely delivered on that. And I'd love to know what KFC sell in your country, especially if you're living outside the UK or US.